Hello, and welcome to the Computational Genome Biology channel. Inside your body right now, cells are constantly dividing. Natural metabolic processes and environmental factors inevitably cause DNA damage, and while our bodies have sophisticated repair mechanisms, mutations slip through. Over thousands of cell divisions and decades of life, that unrepaired damage accumulates. This chart shows how that biology scales mathematically. Because cancer begins with somatic mutations, having more cells and a longer lifespan should directly increase the probability of developing a tumor. Following this strict mathematical logic, being a massive, long-lived creature should be a biological death sentence. Take the blue whale. It possesses 1,000 times more cells than a human, lives over a century, yet rarely gets cancer. Or the African elephant. Despite their massive size and longevity, their cancer mortality rate is incredibly low. Biologists call this biological contradiction Peto's paradox. Large, long-lived animals simply do not develop cancer at the rates their cell counts suggest they should. This visualization shows how elephants pull it off. They carry 40 alleles of a crucial tumor suppressor gene called TP53. When a cell incurs DNA damage, TP53 forces it to either repair the damage or self-destruct. Humans, by contrast, only have 2 fragile copies of this gene. If evolution can engineer cancer-proof giants, why is the human blueprint left so deeply flawed? The origin of this fundamental flaw dates back 600 million years to the evolutionary leap to complex multicellularity. Single cells had to surrender their independence. They gave up the ability to replicate freely to build a cooperative, highly structured organism. But Charles Darwin's rules still apply microscopically inside our tissues. Through a process called somatic selection, individual cells within your body can mutate and compete against one another. The human body is a fragile, competitive ecosystem, constantly battered by internal and external damage. Most of the time, when a cell is damaged, it follows the rules of the collective and initiates apoptosis, cellular self-destruction. Sometimes a mutated cell cheats, ignoring death signals and growth suppressors to replicate selfishly. To sustain this, the tumor tricks surrounding tissue into supplying fresh blood, a process called angiogenesis. Eventually, these rogue cells break away to colonize new ecosystems. This is metastasis. Evolutionary biologists view this behavior as an atavism. The cell is executing an evolutionary reversion to a primitive, unicellular lifestyle. Cancer is not a foreign pathogen invading from the outside. It is our own cells breaking a 600-million-year-old surgical contract. The reason humans lack the robust defenses of an elephant comes down to evolutionary trade-offs. Improving a trait in one area often creates vulnerabilities in another. To survive out in the wild, early humans required highly dynamic tissue repair. We needed the biological capacity to quickly generate new cells to heal injuries and rapidly seal open wounds. The extensive proliferation and rapid cell movement required for effective wound healing are the exact same mechanisms hijacked by a tumor. Human vulnerability to cancer is the biological price we pay for the ability to survive physical trauma and grow dynamically. We also suffer from evolutionary mismatch. Our biology is adapted to ancient conditions, leaving it severely out of sync with rapidly shifting modern environments. Human lungs, for example, did not have the millions of years required to adapt to a sudden, continual barrage of hot, carcinogenic tar introduced by mass-produced cigarettes in the 20th century. There is also the reality of post-reproductive aging. Natural selection shapes bodies to maximize reproductive success, not longevity. Once we pass our reproductive years, the evolutionary pressure to eliminate cancer-causing mutations sharply declines. Viewing the disease through this lens is altering modern oncology. Rather than attempting to eradicate every resistant cell with maximum chemotherapy, researchers are exploring adaptive therapy, manipulating the selective forces within the tumor's ecosystem to control its growth over time. Cancer is an inevitable consequence of our evolutionary success as complex, dynamic organisms. If you want to learn more about the biology shaping our lives, please like this video and subscribe to the Computational Genome Biology channel. Thanks for watching.